Welcome back to the class and culture section of Whiskey and Wrestling. We are starting a all new cycle tonight. So we just finished Fall Brawl.
Yeah.
We just finished Fall Brawl. What'd you think? How'd you like Fall Brawl?
Oh boy. Well, what I remember of it.
What you remember?
I remember complaining a lot about Pillman and Mark Marrow being on for too long. Yeah. But I guess not Johnny B. Bad at the time. Sorry.
But tonight we're starting to build up to Canadian Stampede, in your house, Canadian Stampede.
1997. This was a huge pay-per-view. Yeah. If you remember, I got some weird feels about this tonight because, like, I have not gone back and watched Attitude Era wrestling, and I'm thinking, am I going to get into this tonight, and is it going to ruin, like,
the memory?
Like, it's not going to be as good as I remember it being, and there's something's not going to capture me the way it did. Like, I imagine that nostalgia thing will still be there, but we just came off of Mania 13, which is one of the worst ones ever, but has one of the best matches of all time at a Mania on it. Yeah. So we got Taker is having a run with the championship, his first run.
Awesome.
Technically, I guess. He had that run sort of after he beat Hogan. But anyway.
I don't think that counts. He didn't even get to hold it. They went right into Royal Rumble 92.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. So right after Mania, they go into In Your House, A Cold Day in Hell.
Yep.
And it's Taker and Austin, which was the first time that had really been done. And, you know, they're going to get a lot of cool ones out of that. But the big thing that was happening here was that Mania was where the double turn happened, where Austin became the baby face, and they pivoted the whole company basically around that, and Hart turned heel. And then during the summer, they started playing shows 1 week in Canada, 1 week in the U.S. And in Canada, Hart was a baby face, and in the U.S. he was a heel, totally. And Austin was the complete opposite. And it was. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. Probably like, it was unbelievable. Like, it was crazy when it was going on. I remember thinking, I can't believe they're pulling this off. And I remember at the time thinking, how did they know? Or no, not how did they know? Like, wow, what a great coincidence that they just had these booked every other week in Canada and the U.S. You know, for like 3 months or whatever. But so we're coming right off of, we're on June 9th, 97. We're coming right off of Cold Day in Hell. And we're getting straight into that Canada versus U.S. thing. Like, that is going to hit a fever pitch in the summer of 97.
I feel like we need, like, for the rest of this series, you need you should have gotten a Canadian shirt, and I should have gotten like an American flag shirt.
Oh man.
But
well, one of these days we'll learn to plan this better.
All right, well, we're going to get into, like I said, we like to bring a little class to the Whiskey and Wrestling.
That's
we don't just want to bring you guys great wrestling with great watch-along commentary. We also like to bring you some class. And so tonight we are tasting a little Serpent's Bite.
Oh.
Apple-flavored whiskey.
Whoa.
How do you feel about that?
A little snake bite,
Apple cider flavored whiskey.
Apple cider whiskey.
Apple cider flavored.
That sounds good. Cheers.
It's got a definite...
There's an apple in there somewhere. I'm not sure about the snake venom.
It's like oh, you don't smell the snake venom? I was gonna say it's like a sweaty sock soaked in snake venom.
And snake venom. I was thinking scorpion venom.
The snake may have eaten an apple beforehand.
That's what that hint is. Okay. So there's apple traces in the snake venom.
It's not bad.
No.
It's a little appley.
Yeah, there's some apple in there.
You really lose the snake venom on the taste, though.
Yeah.
I must say.
Yeah. It's there a little bit in your throat when it goes down. Well, like, I hope we're okay. I hope we don't need to be run to the hospital.
I think
we drank snake venom.
I think we'll be fine. Where's your rating fall on the snake venom?
Well, I'm going to compare this to the one other apple whiskey I've ever had and give it about a 1. Good God Almighty.
I think I like it a little better than you.
All right.
I think I'm going to go 1.5. Good God Almighty!
Good God Almighty!
We probably should have made sure that we always had a Canadian whiskey and an American bourbon for this cycle of.
Again. If we planned anything,
we'd
have flags. We'd have Canadian blended whiskey and bourbon.
If we planned anything, it wouldn't be real though. We wouldn't be real for the fans, and I always like to keep it real for the fans.
That's for sure.
And so let's go now.
June 9th, 97.
June 9th, 97.
Let's watch it.
Monday Night Raw.
Heart Foundation, Steve Austin.
Welcome back to the watch-along section of Whiskey and Wrestling. We are queued up. We have Monday Night Raw, June 9th, 1997, ready to go. So if you guys will get it queued up, we are going to give you a countdown to start with us. I'm going to roll it back from 3, 2, 1, go.
In 90 countries.
90 countries.
You know, I said on the classy part of this episode that this pay-per-view followed right after Cold Day in Hell.
Yep.
It followed King of the Ring that year. It was a King of the Ring 97, and that was Triple H.
Way to go.
Yeah.
You made us look like idiots, Jonesy.
I know, man. That's what I do, though.
That is what you do.
I'm good at it.
It's all right.
We got the old brick with the projector on it and dogs and Ahmed Johnson. And
Ahmed
this
Johnson
is just
kicking
the best.
the fence.
This is the best. Ahmed Johnson's here.
We're
all going to get into a ring that's on fire and throw punches at each other. I like it.
What about being there shooting this? Every time I watch this, I think about shooting this intro where they had Bret Hart and Stone Cold and Psycho Sid and Ahmed Johnson in a broken down warehouse somewhere.
Taker
with a ring that's on fire.
It was Shawn Michaels the other one.
Why
weren't him and Bret Hart just really fighting each other?
I'm sure
at this point in time.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah. Lawler's a girl. Lawler is extreme.
Look at those signs. Look at this Attitude Era crowd. I love
crazy,
it.
Dude.
I love it.
Crazy. These crowds were
Look
bananas.
At this,
all
man.
These signs.
This is it. This is it. I have not. I gotta say,
in their backyard.
Now that we're here, I gotta say I have not gone back. I've not watched like Monday Night Raws much, unless I'm looking for like a specific match. Since I watched them live.
No, same here.
You know, I did not go back and watch old Raws. I did not. And look at this. Look at this crowd right away, man.
It's crazy.
That's an
Pee Wee Herman pull string doll or whatever.
That is a Monday Night War Attitude Inc. crowd. We're pretty much in the thick of it.
We are. Oh, no.
I wonder if this was before or after.
Look at the size of him, though.
Ahmed Johnson stole their shoulder pads.
No, he did that for the Chicago street fight.
Yeah. Well, that was after this.
Oh, was it?
So he's already stolen the shoulder pads at this point, right?
Well, he wore them out for the Chicago street fight.
Right.
I don't know. My gosh, he's big. He was so bad at wrestling. Oh, man.
Look at these guys.
Give Ahmed his shot. Says one sign in the entire crowd. That one fan liked Ahmed Johnson.
He was probably the only one ever.
I remember
they were into Ahmed for a long time.
You know,
man.
like I was just gonna say, like I was 17 years old here, right?
Yeah.
And
got those loops.
I remember being like, "Wow, Ahmed's huge," but I remember being like, "Hey, I kind of like this Black Panther thing that's going on," and I was kind of turned into a heel mark anyway. Yeah. I was totally like, let's go, Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
Which
Farouk.
You know, this is going to be awesome.
This the
Savio, Farouk, and Crush. There's D'Lo. Look at D'Lo. He's just a representative, dude.
Wasn't this match already? I mean, wasn't this just the match they had only in a street fight?
For sure.
So we're just doing. Okay, all right.
Why doesn't Crush do the Black Power thing?
I would hope that's kind of obvious.
Oh, he's getting yelled at about it. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can't be too far removed from Crush leaving and starting the DOA, right?
No, yeah, that's because that happens before Survivor Series. So both of them leave soon.
Because we got Los Boricuas.
Yeah. Disciples Apocalypse and the Boricuas are not too far behind here. And it looks like the dissension is already starting.
Yeah, that totally looks like what's going on here. Yelling at Savio, crushes and doing the salute.
So 3 months prior, you saw this match on a pay-per-view. It was a street fight. That was a 6-man. Yeah, it was a 6-man. It was a Chicago street fight, and it was
was a whole bunch of men.
Man.
They had their whole entourage down there. It was
the Nation with
PG-13. I was going to say, didn't they put PG-13 through a table, through the announcer table?
It was awful. I was there live.
I love that match. Hashtag favorite match on that show.
No, come on, man. You know, it's that 4-way.
I don't know why I hashtagged it.
New Blackjacks, the Godwins, the Headbangers, and Furnace and LaFon.
I would venture a guess that is wrong.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy that Mania's got one of the best Mania matches of all time on it?
Yeah, I mean, there's kind
of
Mania
is so devoid of anything else. Like they're just coming off like their probably darkest 2 years of business, right?
Well, you know what? I have a hot take for you. You ready for this Whiskey and Wrestling official hot take, Jonesy?
Hot take.
The Attitude Era Manias are the worst Manias.
I mean, is 17 in the Attitude Era?
I would say 17. 17 is just outside the Attitude Era.
Okay, all right then.
Okay, like 17. WrestleMania 17 is like the main event of the Attitude Era.
Okay,
right. That's The Rock and Austin, but we already have.
Because that's widely regarded as the best Mania.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's widely
wrong.
It's a good Mania. I like that Mania.
It's up there for me.
I like that Mania.
Yeah, I like 19 a lot too because 19 and 17, those were the two that I remember the most for being in stadiums.
Yeah.
And that was so cool. Like it reminded me of Mania 3, you know, being in a huge stadium like that.
Right.
And it just kind of was like a throwback to that, you know.
Yeah. Well, all those Manias were the best. But right at 13, so 12 is the Iron Man, and 12 is good. 12 is good. 13 is garbage except for one match. 14, the Outlier. That's a good one.
Yeah.
15 feels like a
train wreck.
It's a long Raw.
Yeah, it's a
you know
Vince
what I mean?
Russo
yeah,
card. That's exactly what it looks like and feels like. Yeah.
16 is garbage. There's
16 they were missing 2 stars, right?
16 they were missing Taker and who
Austin.
else? And Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah. 16 they were missing Taker and Austin
with Show
for sure.
and Taker or not Taker, Helmsley,
Rock,
Show, Rock, and Mankind.
Yes, correct.
And they had the 4 different McMahons in the 4 corners.
Correct. Now that
wait, we gotta stop talking about this for a second because Ahmed Johnson's in the ring.
Ahmed and Farouk.
Hey, do you remember Farouk's promos at this point in time?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
you remember Ahmed's promos at this time?
Well,
the Farouk.
This is when this is like the I don't know, probably late '96 into this time. Like this is stuff you didn't see on television, like on anything. Like really,
sure,
NYPD Blue was the only thing you could see a black man call another black man an Uncle Tom. Wow.
Ahmed Johnson is so good.
How good's Ron Simmons for putting up with this?
Well, apparently
he didn't. He wanted to kill him?
He did.
Of course he did.
Listen, I was listening to on the on the Something to Wrestle With podcast. I just listened to him talk about. Oh no, actually, it was not the Bruce Pritchard podcast. Man, I'm in trouble tonight, folks. Mm-hmm. It was not the Bruce Pritchard podcast. It was the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. It was Mark Henry. And Mark Henry was talking about when Farouk gets his injury and Ahmed Johnson hurt him. The night he came back, he beat, they went out, they had a match, and he beat up, Ahmed Johnson, beat him up real bad, and in the ring, and he said he blames that on why that everything ended after that.
Oh.
Because Farouk was done working with him, and Farouk went out and beat him up and embarrassed him in front of the crowd, and would not work with him after that. So now I'm not sure where that was, but that's what Mark Henry said, and Mark Henry said that's why Ahmed Johnson never became a real star, because Farouk.
I feel like
because Farouk ended that.
I was gonna say, I feel like Ahmed had some opportunities though.
Ahmed definitely had some opportunities.
Yeah, I don't think that's the reason he didn't become a star.
Well, that's what I would say. I feel like Ahmed.
he worked with Ron Simmons for 2 years.
Yeah.
How can you not get the rub off of that working with that heel?
Yeah. Ahmed Johnson. He's one of those guys. He's got the look. Right, he's got the look. Ahmed Johnson walks out. You're like, holy cow! Look at that guy.
Oh yeah, I did it earlier.
And he gets in the ring, and he's got some intensity, and he's got some life in the ring. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of life in the ring, but he can only go so long before the crowd starts to see through that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we were even by here. He's one of those guys.
That spot there was the funnest spot in this entire match, and he was standing in the ring for it.
Yeah.
And all other the other 5 men in the match were outside. I forget, and every time I go back and watch this older stuff, I forget how good Hawk and Animal were. I always just kind of brush them off as just roided out monsters in their time.
Right.
They could both work. Both of them could go. They weren't great.
They would.
They weren't great, and I feel like they hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so, that takes away from it. But, seeing
how about
them
this?
out there,
yeah,
I'm like, man, I forgot they were this good even.
I would
backhanded compliment that is.
No, I get you. I would say that they were very good at what they did. You know what I mean? They did what they did very well. And they had learned, and they're another one we've talked before about. We talked about Sting and the difference between Sting and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Because Sting worked with so many good workers,
right.
He had to get good.
He came up in that workers' territory,
right.
Yeah.
Yep, and they're that same way.
Yes.
Steve Austin versus Brian Pillman tonight.
Yes.
In.
Oh, the War Zone. That's the second hour.
Are we? Oh.
So the first hour was called Raw.
Yep.
Second hour was called Warzone, and we got Sid and Owen for the Intercontinental. Oh.
Man, up in that European Championship. Look at the Bulldog. Oh, that's some face, man.
Yeah.
That's
the only one he could make.
That's a face. I feel like I would retake that picture. Oh, look at China.
China and Helmsley.
Hey, hot take?
Mallbanks.
Hot take?
Okay.
China's way prettier here than she was later after she had all the plastic surgery.
I can't disagree with that. I don't.
She looked way more after they got her all the plastic surgery, and I'm even talking. Well, they did stuff early. Obviously, she became a cartoon character. Eventually, but early on they did some stuff that should have been more or less innocuous, right? Get her some implants and shave her jaw down so she looks a little more feminine, right? But even at that point, I think she looks better when she looks natural.
I think that can probably be said for just about anybody. I mean, that's I don't know. This is 22 years ago. We might have got that math right this time. 1-800-COLLECT. Somebody dial that up. See if that's still active.
I bet it's not.
Does Carrot Top answer the phone? Was that Carrot Top?
That was Carrot Top. 1-800-COLLECT. Carrot Top answers. Connects your phone.
I think it's so funny watching Triple H through the ages, too, because you can just see how much smaller the other wrestlers are in the last 10 years.
Yep.
Because here he doesn't look that big. And granted, Granted, he got bigger.
Yes.
But, man, he was massive here.
Yeah.
But he was Steve Austin's size.
Right. He was.
Yeah.
He seemed like when Triple H came to the ring here, you were like, oh, look at that normal-sized human. And now when he comes to the ring, you're like, holy cow.
Oh, it's the Incredible Hulk. Okay. Awesome. So the night before was King of the Ring, and this match is a classic. I've seen it a few times. I'm not a Mick Foley guy. I know I'm going to get my internet wrestling creds taken away from me. Like I'm going to get mugged out back, and they're just going to say you don't get to watch this anymore.
They're just going to skip the comment section and come to your house.
I'm not a Mick Foley guy. I appreciate what Mick Foley's done, but man, those matches that him and H had in this era, this feud, are awesome.
Yeah,
they're so good.
See, I was a huge Mick Foley fan all through the Attitude Era. As I now that I'm a wrestler, when I look back, this era actually I like him up through. I really enjoy his tag team with Chainsaw Charlie, and when they feud the Outlaws, the New Age Outlaws. But he goes looking back. I do not enjoy the T-shirt. The button up, Mr. Sacco. I don't enjoy that Mick Foley as much.
No.
I was a huge fan all through when I was watching, Mick Foley was, we'll say fourth, fifth for me. Like
in that
up
era,
there
huh?
in that era. Like when I was watching, it was like, The Rock. Ooh, yeah, the Rock.
Oh,
And
see,
the
these
New Age
promos are
Outlaws.
great. These are great. See, so here's my deal with Foley. Foley was an excellent promo.
Mm-hmm.
That Three Faces of Foley thing is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good storyteller in the ring.
Yeah.
But man, we got past King of the Ring '98, and I was like, I don't want to see him. Number one, I don't want to see him do this to himself anymore.
Right.
Number two, I've seen it all now.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to see this act anymore. Like he couldn't top it.
Right.
Like, and that was his whole
Yeah.
thing, She gonna talk? Oh. Yeah. Get him.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
China telling him.
Yep. That's a good line.
I liked Mick Foley when he was. I like Mick Foley when he was the psychopath. I lost interest in Mick Foley when he was the weirdo. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like the lovable weirdo, because there was when he became Dude Love, right? So in early '98,
Right.
he became Dude Love, and he was the foil to Steve Austin right away.
Yeah.
Right after Mania.
Yeah.
There was still that
That was good stuff too. I
There
might
was
have
still-
to disagree with you.
there was still
little
that
more than I
little projection of danger. There.
Right.
Like this dude's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I enjoyed all this stuff up until King of the Ring '98. After that, it was I don't know, man. I just
So here's the thing.
he had it's
I
like
really
he had one
liked
play, and that's all he could run.
Yeah.
And he told a great story, but at the end of the day, his story was that it ended up being that same play.
Yeah.
And we talked about a couple episodes ago about Ric Flair. You've seen that Ric Flair match with Sting 400 times.
Yeah.
And it's still awesome
Yeah.
every time you see it.
Yes.
Foley does the same thing, but he's not as versatile.
Yeah. Well, I think Foley lost a lot when he started, when he became the stunt man,
Yeah.
He would always take stupid risks and do things that were over the line, right?
Phone number no longer available. Don't call Sonny.
So does that mean 1-800-COLLECT is still available?
I hope so. We're calling it between shows.
Are we? If you call 1-800-COLLECT, you are calling it on microphone live, my friend.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Nope. When Mick Foley, shh, they don't know.
Oh, they don't know there's dogs in here.
When Mick Foley was having matches and he took over-the-top risks in matches, like he was great at that, and the matches were special and something you didn't see, you know. As he became like the stunt guy, and they started having to build in like, okay, well, what if we throw him on this stack of boxes and it falls over and all the sparks come out and we'll talk, you know what I mean? Like when they started,
which was better for him.
It was better for him, but it started taking away from his matches, because then his matches and that kind of stuff became all about that stuff.
Yep.
Which at the time he was trying to ease back and become more of a character, and I understand why it happened, but that is definitely when I started to lose interest in Mick Foley. When he was,
I think maybe that's probably the feeling I'm getting, like because after that they're like, well, we can't have him ever do that again,
right?
Because he's gonna die.
Yep.
And so they were like, well, we can do these elaborate stunts with him instead.
Yep.
And it's like his matches never became those stories that he was good at telling prior to that.
Right. For sure. And probably some of that has to do with, he was older. He was, I mean, I'm not discounting any of that.
Yeah.
And he did great at creating a niche for himself after that, with being the weirdo and doing the Sacco, and all of a sudden he's now the funny guy who will, who's willing to go over the line. That's kind of where he became he was like the clown who would show up and then people were afraid of him because he was going to overstep the line that they were willing to.
Yeah.
And that's a thing, and that was fine. I respect that he did that. When you look back at the matches Dude Love had with Austin, the matches he was having with Hunter Hearst.
This entrance is awesome. One of my favorite ever. Yeah. Where they did the letterbox thing and yeah. Love it.
Let's make it look cinematic.
Yeah.
What a weird gimmick. Who came up with
He came up with some of it, didn't he?
He came up with some of it, I think.
Okay, and they didn't know what it was.
I
like every time his sexuality comes up on I'm calling out other podcasts, but on Pritchard's podcast, it's androgynous.
Androgynous.
We were beyond that then, but at this point in time, that was the biggest heel move you could pull. Dude.
Oh yeah,
that was instant heat. If you're a homosexual wrestler, you're immediately hated.
Yeah,
which is dumb, but that was 97 for you.
Well, you know what though? I think I don't think that's fair to say, because he was a face soon, and when he would do the homosexual stuff, like rub on him and stuff, and the heel would freak out, they would cheer.
Yeah, but that was after the initial thing. And then he started bringing his pretty wife to the ring with him and stuff like that. And we had the whole Lawler interview him where Lawler said, well, you're gay, and they bleeped it or whatever. And he said, no, because I got this hot lady with me and all this stuff,
I don't remember the exact timelines on that kind of stuff.
Well, I may be way off too.
No, you're probably right. I'm saying I don't think that has as big of a effect on it as maybe, you know what I mean? I think even, on one hand you're not wrong, and that kind of stuff was they would make jokes about, you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not saying the 90s were more politically correct than we think they were. Okay?
No, I don't think anybody would accuse you of that if they were alive then.
Right. I just think that
ran through him. Nice.
I think that Goldust. I think you could be a heel back then, and man, Goldust's whole thing was weird and off-putting, right? Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like the character with the face paint and the bodysuit.
You don't see that on anybody.
The giant robes that he wore. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like anything he would have done, like that character would have gotten over, right? I
remember
and the fact that he chose the gay stuff.
Yeah,
you know, was androgynous. The fact that he chose the androgenicity.
Nosity. I remember,
just, you know, it was like not. I don't want to say circumstantial. He knew why he was doing it, but they were. I feel like they were ready. He got over. He still got over, even though he was doing the gay stuff. Even though he was like the character and the performance, eventually got over. That's my point. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like eventually,
as a face.
Right. It wasn't like in the 90s.
He wasn't a 10-year heel or anything like that.
Exactly.
For that gimmick.
You know, they didn't have to turn him and it was like he was already turning, and then they did the thing.
Well, I think that's like a testament to wrestling fans. I'm going to get all this internet wrestling fan cred back that I just gave away for the Mick Foley take.
There you go.
Like, seriously, like they were that quote-unquote woke in 97. Like, they could get behind a guy who could work.
Right.
I remember when he debuted, a buddy of mine said, "Hey, you know that's Dustin Rhodes?" I was like, "No, it's not. There ain't no way that's Dustin Rhodes." Because I remember Dustin Rhodes from that Survivor Series or Mania or whatever, where he tagged with his dad against Virgil and DiBiase, right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about workers and these guys are so good. Like, I feel like Bulldog is severely underrated.
Ooh, okay. I'm listening.
Like, the dude got into all kinds of trouble because of, quote-unquote personal demons and all that.
Yep.
But every time he was out there, he could go. He could wrestle. He could, do this power deal. He could go toe-to-toe with just about anybody. Like, he could wrestle monsters. I remember he had a Mania or a Rumble match with the Berserker.
Okay.
It was like the Bruiser Brody clone and everything like that.
That match can't be good.
There's no way it's good. But like, but I remember thinking, wow, the Bulldog's going to be in this. He's like a tag team guy. And then he's out there, and I think he pressed Berserker over his head. I was like, well, that's awesome.
Right.
I feel like he's a bit underrated for maybe not for what. Oh, Raw continues. Oh, we're back. Sorry.
Thanks.
Did you see that sign that said Loch Ness Fan Club?
No.
That's us right here. We weren't there that night, but we are the Loch Ness Fan Club. Faux show.
Are we?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Okay.
600-pounder from Scotland.
No.
Somebody said, "Hey,
you don't even drink scotch. You don't even drink scotch."
Well, we'll have to drink it eventually, I'm sure. We're gonna run out of other whiskey.
I mean, I like scotch, but
I know you do.
You don't.
No. I'm gonna buy you scotch next time.
Man, you know what? I'm going to.
You don't have to say he's overrated. You can say he's properly rated.
I'm gonna say he's properly rated.
Okay.
And my main thing, here's what I'll have to recognize is that a wrestling bias, as a wrestler, when I watch the Bulldog, I can always tell who's carrying the match. I see a lot of holes in the Bulldog's game. I feel like I can always look at the Bulldog and go, man, Goldust is really pulling up the Bulldog here. Bret Hart really pulling up the Bulldog here.
Universal though, like you don't think that was when he was in there with a better worker? And you think that?
Okay, because think
about their tag team years. It was him and Dynamite with Bret Hart. Oh, so he just did a front handspring. Do you want to take everything back now?
No.
Come on.
No.
It was.
Here's my contention to that. when he's in there with a better worker, right? Mm-hmm. Chavo Guerrero, who I have always said is exactly as good as the person he's in the ring with. Like, I feel like that's kind of what you're like.
What you're getting with Bulldog?
Yeah, except that when Chavo's in there with Eddie or somebody who's way better and bringing him up, Chavo just looks just as good as that person. When the Bulldog is in there with somebody who's better than him, he might be able to keep up, but I don't feel like he
that's
looks
definitely
like
that's definitely a properly rated argument because, like, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, that's pretty good, you know, because if you can bring up your game to Brett,
yeah,
at that SummerSlam match, that's amazing,
right?
But if you can't carry the Berserker to a classic, which there's no way. There's no way that was possible.
I feel like we're gonna have to start doing when we bring up these other matches, like Bulldog.
Do cutaways?
We need to go do a little short watch along of like we need to go do a 5-minute segment of
where I just go
JM and Jonesy.
Yeah, I don't remember anything correctly.
JM and Jonesy watched Berserker versus the Bulldog.
I can't wait to do that.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna add that in.
Night,
we'll just put that in. Those will be great. We're talking about this on the podcast. Those will be great little commercials to put out there, like a little 5-minute watch along.
Yeah.
And if you guys like this, we do whole Raws.
Yeah.
Boom.
You guys will love these whole
Raws. Coming soon, and it'll be an extra bonus for everybody who does like listening.
Okay, don't get up for that. Wow. Yeah, just here, eat that though.
Eat those stairs.
You're way heavier than I expected.
I was going to say that a little while ago. I remember Goldust in this era as kind of a fat guy, kind of egg-shaped body,
I don't remember that at all.
legs.
I thought he looked heavy here.
Well, I'm looking good. I'm looking at him now, and I'm like, man, I don't remember Goldust looking so jacked. I remember him as like...
I remember being slim. Like, I remember him looking like Dustin Rhodes did in that Mania match.
I never remember that.
Yeah.
Not until like way later when he was doing DDP Yoda. Yoda?
DDP
Yoda.
Yoda you'll do.
It's my favorite Star Wars movie.
I can't wait till I make that one.
Can you imagine Diamond Dallas Page talking like Yoda?
I can't wait. Give me a... Uh-oh! Get there, Shamrock! Belly to back. Oh, man.
Look at Shamrock in his sweet
so
90s
jacked.
jeans.
He's definitely not...
the world's most dangerous
Definitely
man.
not cleared to MMA right there.
Oh, we must not be too far from the dog food match.
Oh, yeah. That might be SummerSlam this year.
I think that's SummerSlam. SummerSlam 97, that sounds right.
Yeah. Well, Shamrock's going to end up in that...
Shamrock's a beast,
that
man.
thing we're leading up to.
Boy, man, this really shows... Like, remember when Shamrock was like... Well, when he was the world's most dangerous man? No fighters look like him today. No fighters look like him.
Well, they can't, because there's testing now.
Well, yeah, there's testing now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even like... I mean, it would not be as conducive now. Like, you know what I mean? Like now, back then... You're just a big tough guy, right? Mm-hmm. Shamrock was just a big tough guy. Now you got to be flexible and be able to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I was going to say, like, think about how many times Shamrock fought. Mm-hmm. I should say wrestled. Severn.
Right.
Like, you got to be strong as F to wrestle Severn.
Yep.
Because he's going to lay on you.
Right.
He's going to turn you into a knot.
Yep.
Like, that's all he did.
Right.
Like, he didn't strike. He didn't do anything. He didn't even want to stand up with you.
Yeah.
He just wanted to get you down and tie in knots.
Right.
And he was stronger than you
almost
every time, even though he didn't look like it.
Yeah.
And Michael P.S. Hayes.
That's Doc Hendricks.
Oh, Doc Hendricks.
Get it together, Jonesy.
He's interviewing at Nation Domination's door.
He held the microphone up to the door.
What do you have to say, nameplate? We are the nation. Damn. Oh. Go with him, Clarence Mason. And D-Lo and all those other guys.
That's my favorite. What do you got to say, nameplate? Hey, are they all breaking up? Did they just break up?
This is it, dude. We're getting Bariquas and DOA soon. Okay.
Did you get all that?
Yep.
You speak Cubano, right?
It's Puerto Rican, you idiot.
That's what I meant.
Jeez.
Wow.
It's turned to the Drunk Racist podcast all of a sudden.
The Drunk Racist podcast. Hey, how many followers would that? That'd be the most.
Yeah.
People who like, then we could just be real heels.
But as soon as they tuned in for us defending,
oh look, he went to the ring.
Hey, I'm getting us denim shirts like that.
I don't think you can get them shirts like that. I don't think they make those anymore.
No, we're getting them done.
There was an embargo when the 90s ended. There was an embargo on denim shirts. I hope.
I'm gonna get us denim shirts like that with patches and everything. To say Drunk Wrestling.
If you get us denim shirts,
and I'll start wearing a
Drunk Wrestling
hat.
If you get
look at Savio's forehead. Well, that's a Ric Flair job right there, isn't it?
He wrestled in Puerto Rico, man.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He was stabbed for real in the forehead.
Yeah, it's not a Ric Flair job. He, for real, got axed and sickled and
macheted
and and wrapped in barbed wire.
It's not getting
a couple
less
times,
racist.
I'm sure.
It's not getting less racist.
Why is that? How is that racist?
I don't know.
I didn't.
I was just explaining that's going to get more racist.
No, listen. You go to Carlos Colon.
Oh. Damn.
This is the end of the nation.
D'Lo's still there.
D'Lo's still there.
And he's going to bring out his new members soon.
He just fired those other guys.
Get out of here, Clarence Mason says. Clarence Mason, you're next, brother. That was racist.
It's fine. It's fine.
D'Lo.
D'Lo's scared. Look, D'Lo thinks he's about to get fired.
Yep. Clarence.
What? Clarence Mason?
Stepping.
Clarence Mason?
Hey, how frightening is Ron Simmons' voice?
Man.
Get the stepping. He sounds like Andre the Giant.
He's a man's man.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
he can't do that to me.
Here, hold on. Can you imagine sitting in a bar and Ron Simmons walks in? Like, I'd leave. If you didn't, I mean, like if I knew Ron Simmons, if I was like, if Farouk walked in, I was like, oh, hey, look, it's Farouk. I'm gonna go get an autograph. But I'm saying, like if you're sitting in a bar and a man like Ron Simmons walks through that door,
when he orders a beer, he goes, give me a Bud Light.
Yeah,
I'm just loud.
Yeah. I'm just leaving. Look at those arms. Look at that chest.
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Or go buy him all the drinks.
Here's
excuse
one
me,
of these
sir.
for you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Will you be my dad?
Will you be my dad? Can I live with you?
Vince McMahon on commentary. We've completely glossed over that. These are the glory days. So there's no king. It's just Vince and JR. Brian Pillman. I always thought, like, looking at that image of Stone Cold there, I'm like, that's not really him. Like, they just put his head on somebody's body.
They just put his head on somebody?
Nope.
I can see that.
This is where this starts, huh? Yeah, you can't be out there parading around.
You can't be pretty.
Oh, come on. We want to call this, too.
These phone numbers no longer active.
Don't call these at home, kids.
Why is it $2.49 in Canada?
Canada.
And $1.49 in America.
Because they give you more information in Canada.
That's wrong. It's not America. It'd be the United States. United States
of America.
United.
America.
The United. The United. Whoa!
Look at Tommy Dreamer.
Look at Tommy Dreamer with a waistline.
Yes,
go ahead.
With the stonewashed jeans pulled up to his nipples. This is awesome. And Paulie's like 175 pounds there.
Paulie doesn't look like it hurts going down those stairs. Dude, Paulie's
scoops.
Paulie's neck's
Nitro sucks.
Paulie's neck's not trying to eat his neckline.
I can't believe. Look at Dreamer. That's another deal I always forget, how great Dreamer looked back then. Are these jobbers? I love it.
No,
it's Furnace and LaFon. Okay, they're not jobbers. We don't have spotlights or entrance
I mean, they
music.
might as well. Why don't they have music? Furnace and LaFon. Nope, no music.
Yeah, we just do what we want.
We're on our way. Who are they wrestling? This music.
No, Furnace is a big effer. Not have. Oh yeah.
All the headbangers. Isn't this your favorite? You used to dress like these guys, right?
Yeah, every day. I did that a lot. Put the eye makeup on. These guys were fun though.
Man.
There was no tag team wrestling then.
There's no tag team wrestling.
Like all your tag team champions were Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels.
No, we were still a year away or so from that. We had tag teams here.
No, that was this year, the same year, man. Well, like they had been champions that year.
Yeah,
Austin and Michaels
have been champions this year.
Yeah.
Well, but we still had tag team. I mean, like by the time we get, well, man, I don't know. The WWE has never been great about tag teams. They always have like 3 at a time.
But this seemed like a specific nadir about that.
I don't know. See, I would have felt like this was the time where we had, because we had the Headbangers and Furnace and LaFons.
The new Blackjacks.
LaFons, is that?
LaFon.
LaFon. No, LaFon.
Hey, LaFons.
LaFons. Hey. Henry Winkler in France, right?
Oui.
Is LaFons.
Oui. That's not A. Whatever. Anyway. I enjoy not that stomp. I didn't enjoy that
You did not enjoy that stomp?
Nope. I enjoy the Headbangers. I didn't like them when they were the Sisters of Mercy, which I never actually saw. I just saw a photo of in like my Raw magazine that I used to get when I was a kid. And I was like, who are these idiots?
Well, they were only
nuns.
Yeah, they were only Sisters of Mercy for like 2 weeks, and then a year and a half on house shows. That's probably a way exaggeration. I don't know if they worked for the company for a year and a half altogether.
Oh, they probably did. Oh, dead.
No, the Headbangers weren't bad, and they were doing something cool. They just have that feeling, like the Bushwhackers. Like they're just these characters. Let's just throw them out there, let them do this thing. Why should they have good matches? Why should they bother having matches? Like, we could almost just send them down there to kick and do their thing, and then they can go home.
Yeah. But I don't remember if it was that 4-way at Mania. I don't think that wasn't for the tag team championships. I think that was up in the Bulldog Owen match with Vader and Mankind. Yeah. There was a pay-per-view around this time where they were in one of those matches like that, and they won the championships. And it was like, yes! It was like awesome. And then, the next night they had to defend them. You're like, I don't care.
Right.
But when they won it was like that catharsis, like, oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah,
these guys have been working
guys.
their butts off, and but yeah, when they had to turn around and defend them, you're like, I don't know. LaFon and Furnace, didn't they come from ECW? Do I get that right?
They did not come from ECW. I think they had been in ECW.
Well, that's what I meant. They came to the WWE from ECW.
I don't think that's right either, though.
Oh, really? So
I don't think so.
They were Japanese stars, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not, they were stars in Japan. I guess I should say that. And that's where they basically came from.
Right.
Well.
Oh, no.
If you can't make it that far, that's the way to do it, kids.
LaFon, what'd you do?
LaFon, hey.
That was...
The other thing that's weird...
That match happened.
Hey, look at
Tommy Dreamer.
Man, come on, Tommy.
Look at this.
It doesn't look
jeans,
as good now.
Man. jeans.
It was 97. We all wore those jeans.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. I'll find a picture somewhere. I'll call your mom.
Oh, man.
Whoa! Mr. Monday Night. Look at how young he looks. Not Jerry. Rob Van Dam.
Oh, Jerry, too. Look at
Well, yeah.
Jerry
didn't
only
look much different.
Jerry only looks a spry 57 here.
He was a spry 57. He's a spry 77 now.
He is a spry 77 now.
RVD.
What is happening here?
He's teamed
Jerry
up with
Lawler. He's teamed up.
So
Are they teamed up?
This was that
oh, so
era
this is when
Lawler invaded ECW.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
No, we talked about this.
We did.
This is awesome.
Stone Cold murdering these guys.
He killed all these stuntmen and then just that door. He had to break through the glass and he came in and Brian Pillman pulled a gun on him.
Here's my question. Why on earth did Brian Pillman have like bodyguards outside his house?
Well, he used to be a.
Hold on! It's the Sega Slam of the week.
Okay, sorry guys. Everybody, pay attention to your screen.
Dude, I loved this.
Look at
game.
how good those
You remember this
graphics
game?
are, though. No.
I loved
Fighters Mega Mix. Me too. How many more times? Oh, jeez, dude. He took it all in his face, and then it broke. Great. Yeah.
Fighters Mega Mix.
Is that where you could play beach ball too? Beach ball? Volleyball.
No,
Beach volleyball.
No, that's way later.
Okay, well.
Raw is War earlier tonight.
Raw is War. D-Lo! Get the stepping, Clarence.
I mean, we definitely know. I mean, obviously we know where that's going with D'Lo becoming a wrestler and being part of the nation and everything, right? Mm-hmm. What a weird seg. Like what had D'Lo done, and why would Ron Simmons keep D'Lo around and fire Clarence May? Like,
we don't need legal representation no more.
I'm gonna fire all these dudes and my lawyer, but
D'Lo, you stand.
Yeah.
Oh. Why are they pulled up so high though? I don't understand.
'Cause that's where they go.
Oh, the show's over, guys. Oh, good God! What?
Good God Almighty! Here we go.
We're going to the war zone. The worldwide leader in sports and entertainment. We get the intro again.
Get the intro
Did this
again.
happen back when we watched this live?
Yes. For a long time. Eventually, they get to where it just kind of.
They put it.
Well, eventually they just put the thing up because they were. So I would say they had not quite learned how to do TV yet here because you laugh because what they did later on is they made sure there was a segment that bridged that gap, so you didn't flip the channel, right? So like they would just throw up the little thing, but like if you change the channel. Or you wouldn't change the channel.
Yeah, because it hadn't been 2 hours for long. Because Nitro went 2 hours and 96.
Right.
And then Raw went 2 hours right after that.
Okay.
Like as a response to it or whatever.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Sure you do.
Sure you
But look, they started right now. Here they're just starting it like a brand new show. That's crazy. We get those shots of the crowd again. Get the crowd riled up. He's welcoming us. JR's welcoming us back.
Some ice there?
Sure, I'll take
fella?
some ice. Freshen up my drink some.
That Finnegan's. We don't want that.
Come on, man. Have some Finnegan. I think we both need to hit off the Finnegans to celebrate.
You're the worst co-host in the history of co-hosts.
Celebrate the change.
Yeah, you're right, because we went from Raw to Warzone.
Oh, here comes Stone Cold.
Oh!
Well, now we got to do two shots off the Finnegan for Stone.
We got to get some.
One for Raw, one for
Broken Skull.
Warzone, one for Stone Cold.
Oh, Jesus. He's off the next 2 days, folks.
Bad.
I'm not.
It's so bad. I want to take away any good God Almighties I gave the Finnegans.
Thank God we'd have to take 2.
You all right?
I'm hurt real bad. I need a medic. Uh-oh. Vince is in the ring with Stone Cold.
Oh.
Benelli.
The Finnegan's is so bad.
It's bad. Like and subscribe.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah? Getting that black velvet.
Hope you didn't want any of that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Pillman's wearing his shirt. That is dastardly. You're right, Vince.
Is Pillman dastardly here? But Stone Cold
No.
broke into his house, but Pillman's a dastardly one here.
He was saying Stone Cold was dastardly.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, in the toilet.
Yeah, swirly time. You piece of trash.
Hey, I would have a hard time with. I'm just gonna throw this out here.
Okay.
I would have a hard time doing something like that because I've been
Toilets are filthy.
No, because I've been an indie wrestler for so long. So like, if somebody came to me as an indie wrestler and was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this segment where we shove your head in the toilet," I'd stab them and leave. Right?
Yeah.
So
that's not going to be on anything but YouTube.
Well, it's gonna be on YouTube and Facebook.
Maybe YouTube.
I mean, it's gonna be on YouTube and Facebook.
Somebody's going to put it on Facebook Live.
You cannot clean at these indie the buildings indie shows run in. You cannot clean that toilet enough for me to stick my face in.
No, yeah, you're right.
Now, I'm sure the WWE cleans a toilet well enough to stick a face in it.
Yeah, they bleach the hell out of it.
I'd be surprised if that was even a real toilet. They probably had like a prop toilet and a prop bathroom built, right?
Yeah, they could
go in there and do that. However, if I worked for the WWE at any point and they came to me and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna stick your head in this toilet," I would flash back to like being an indie worker, like, "Oh, no, I can't, Vince.
I can't. No,
don't make me, Vince.
Don't. Good God Almighty.
Good God Almighty, don't make me, Vince."
I bet this promo's amazing, and we're talking over.
Stone Cold didn't cut bad
That's
promos.
what we do. No, never.
I mean, if somebody's got
Before he broke his neck,
if
too.
somebody's got the watch along up, they're here to listen to us, not Stone Cold.
Oh, well. Are we sure that's true?
No, not at all.
They're like, no, this is just an excuse to
we're
watch
probably
this old
muted
Raw.
right now.
Yeah.
We're probably muted right
No,
now.
this is great. Nobody hears anything I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
I'm sure.
Awful.
I'm sure. As soon as the glass broke, they were like, "Well,
Yeah.
Jaron and Jonesy can shut the fuck up for 5 minutes." Which, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I'm fine with.
We just want everybody to watch wrestling. With us.
With us. I mean, I want you to listen to me when I'm making fun of the British Bulldog and Goldust, but when Stone Cold's on, you can mute me all you want.
Especially in this era.
Respect.
Yeah. We're going to get some Broken Skull IPAs.
I love Broken. I've not.
You had some?
No, I have. I love IPAs. I would love to have some Broken Skull IPAs.
We're going to get some. I'm going to drive to San Diego tomorrow.
We can get them. We can get them shipped here.
Really?
We can get them shipped here. I've always had a hard time. I have not shipped them yet. I've gotten on to order them several times. It's like $80 for like, you know what I mean? Because you buy the beer and you can only get them shipped in like the big ones, like kind of the 40s, right? So the beer is like, you know, $9 or $10 a piece, which isn't bad. But then shipping is like $27, so it ends up being like $40 for like 4 beers. $80. No, where am I at? $80. It ends up being like $80 for like 4 beers, and I'm always just like,
yeah.
Stone Cold, I want it, but I can't.
I'll see.
I want it, but I can't.
I'll see what I can finagle. I know some people. I know some black market beer people. You guys know
have
that?
Black market beer people?
Yeah, I do.
I didn't know there was a black market
I know
for
some
beer.
people, dude. I know some people.
Okay.
Been around the block. What championships he got?
Tag champs.
So
you were just talking
so
about
him and Shawn Michaels are still.
Yeah.
They wrestled at King of the Ring.
At King of the Ring, yeah.
Okay. And then Shawn probably left again, lost a smile, and was out.
I think we had a minute before that. No, the lost the
no,
smile
he lost
was
a smile before this.
right.
But I'm saying because he disappeared before SummerSlam.
Who?
And this is only like a month before SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
Michaels, because he was this guest referee. I mean, disappeared. He hurt his knee.
No, yeah.
He disappeared.
Oh.
His knee.
you calling Michaels out? You saying Michaels?
No, I don't want him to come.
Michaels
I don't want
is a
him to
fake?
come fight me either.
Dude, he would probably come pray for you.
Oh, I'd pray with him.
Would you?
No,
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't make fun.
Yeah,
of him.
you would. If Shawn Michaels showed up, wait, what's this? This was the best King of the Ring
From
of all
Max
time.
187. Is this Twitter? Before Twitter happened?
Not Twitter.
Oh, it's just
What
email.
could this possibly be? Yeah, did they just email fans?
Chip Jones.
This is crazy.
One of
What's
the
Chip
best
Jones?
pay-per-views in a long time. A great lead into SummerSlam. But we don't get SummerSlam next. We get Canadian Stampede.
Dude,
Wah,
this
wah,
is-
wah, wah. Alex Wright isn't coming on. That was only going to be an Alex Wright noise, but I just brought that in just now. Yeah, I agree. Oh, RVD. Shush, shut your mouth.
Managed by the King.
So he's the anti-ECW guy here.
Well,
That's from ECW
well,
because he
remember
came
this
in to be
was-
Mr. Monday Night, right?
well, yes.
But he's still coming out with the ECW theme music. Oh, Tommy's had enough.
Tommy's fed up.
If he
Don't
just
do it.
pulled if he
Hey,
pulled
what do you
those
think?
jeans down, he'd feel better a little bit.
What do you think Paul Heyman's saying to Tommy Dreamer there?
Pull your jeans down, dude.
Pull
You
your
look
jeans.
ridiculous.
Just pull them down just a little bit.
This ain't 1997.
Untuck your shirt. Why don't you just Oh, now he's mad. He's gonna fight the King.
Yeah.
Look at
He
Paul
doesn't
Heyman.
want to, though. The King's gonna punch him for real.
So Paul Heyman's full on skullet here, right? That's why he won't let that hat come off.
Oh yeah. No,
See
but
him?
he's got the ponytail though. Still.
Like if he jumped over those guardrails right now, he'd be fighting like this, right?
Oh yeah,
With
for
the hat.
sure. Flash Funk, you're so funky.
Flash Funk, you boogin'.
He was awesome. Tony Schimmel looked puzzled. What?
Pro Max. Wow.
Ahmed's gonna run a sprint.
Ahmed's
Why
gonna win a
have I
sprint.
never seen this?
That's Stone
Stone
Cold
Cold was
was
throwing the shot put a mile.
and it
he
hit
killed
some
the guy.
dude.
It
It hit some dude and lit him on fire. This is
Shawn
amazing.
Michaels got the
I
high
don't
jump.
remember this. Shawn Michaels made a touchdown. What in
What?
a SummerSlam?
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
I've never. That's
Never
the most
in my
amazing
life.
thing I've ever seen.
I watched wrestling every week back then. There's no way I ever
That's
saw that.
the most amazing thing. I've watched a lot of wrestling, man, and I've never seen that.
I can't wait for us to watch some ECW. It's
Well,
gonna
the
be
problem
so
with ECW,
great.
there's no TV for ECW.
It doesn't matter.
So we're just gonna have to throw in random
Oh, yeah.
ECW pay-per-views as like the bonus.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be when I bring up that one time that
Which I'm totally
Jerry
in
the
for.
King
I'm totally in
just
for.
ran into an ECW show, and you're like, "Well, it's 3 shows." I'm like, "Well, guess we're watching 3 shows, 3 pay-per-views,
Listen,
and they're
hey,
gonna be blech.
ECW pay-per-views are the best. Man, look at Rob Van Dam.
Awesome." Ah, look at Flash Funk. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Hey, Flash, you talked about the Bulldog being underrated.
Here's the deal, dude.
Hold on, Flash
Yeah.
Funk.
Yeah.
Like, man, nobody had nothing.
Rob Van Dam got a beer poured on him.
You got that?
Yep.
Nobody had nothing on Flash Funk. Look at him go, man.
He could.
He was right
He
there.
could
I
roll,
know
man.
I know he was Too Cold Scorpio, and so he was used to this, and he's probably. I assume he would have had wrestled Rob Van Dam at ECW.
So that's
by
what I
now.
was going to say. Like
But-
they brought Van Dam in, and Van Dam's stiff as bejesus,
Wow.
and they're like,
He's
"Hey, we need
He's
a."
a real martial artist, bro. Thought you knew.
Why I do know because his name's Van Dam. God damn. He's a hard target. Wait, that's...
He is a hard target.
Yeah, that is Van Damme, yeah.
That's my favorite. Hot take, that's my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Hard Target, straight up.
I feel like I don't have a good take
I think we need to do
I may have seen 3.
A special bonus watch-along. Jam and Jonesy watch Hard Target.
Hard Target.
Coming soon.
Because if
you heard it here first.
Because if we watch that, I'm going to say hard target like that. New Englander the entire time.
He's in.
Doesn't matter.
He's in there, but they're in.
Is that the one with Wilford Brimley with the bow and arrow?
Maybe they're in Louisiana.
Okay, it's gotta be. That's awesome. Now I want to do that. We're doing that. Watch along hard target.
You heard it here first.
Watch along hard target. That's going to be on the Drunk Movies podcast.
This is totally. This is totally. This is a total ECW match.
Yeah. So that was one thing I was going to say, and we got off track there. But
who got off track?
You. Hard target. This isn't stuff we saw in '97 on television.
For sure.
Not on Raw.
For sure.
Like we saw this on Nitro.
A little bit.
We did, though. I mean, we'd seen Eddie by now. We'd seen Benoit by now.
Okay.
Malenko.
Yeah,
we'd
you're
seen
right.
Mysterio.
Right. We did not see this on Raw.
We didn't seen. He did. Okay.
That
I was going to yell.
Was that not the prettiest moonsault?
Oh, it was great.
Man.
It was great.
That moonsault was gorgeous.
How many years later?
It floated and it landed hard. Like that's the thing, you know. Like a lot of moonsaults float and they land soft. Like if you've got a real athletic dude that can make a pretty moonsault, Charlotte Flair's moonsault, it floats, it's pretty, and then it lands soft.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you've got some moonsaults that are ugly as sin, that look like they're coming down like somebody dropped a ton of bricks out of the rafters, but they look bad, right, all the way through. That moonsault was pretty, and then it landed hard. Big ups to Flash Funk. He's one, like, even I forget Flash Funk until I'm watching a Flash Funk match, you know? Like, every time I'm watching a Flash Funk match, I'm like, man, if they had taken the space boots and the bodysuit off of him, he'd have been a superstar.
No, there is a random, like, Raw 98 or 99 Job Squad versus DX match, right?
Ooh, okay.
And it is Scorpio and Billy Gunn in the ring. And they're running faster than you've ever seen people run before.
No doubt, man.
It's ridiculous. And I remember watching it when it happened. I was like, it's one of the things that, like, one of the biggest things that ever discouraged me from trying to wrestle. I was like, well, I can't
do that.
I mean,
I got you.
Billy Gunn's a Flash right now, and Too Cold Scorpio is. Oh, get him, Paul!
2 Cold Scorpios keeping up with. Whoa, Jerry Lawler. Oh, there's Tommy Dreamer. They jumped their ring apron. Hey, look! Heyman is 100% holding that hat on.
Oh no, dude!
The skullet's out.
No,
the skullet's out.
He jumped on Lawler and immediately went, I don't know what to do, and just like take over. And then Heyman turned him over and started punching him. Oh, Dreamer just bit Van Damme. This is awesome. Why wouldn't you?
That's Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, Jerry Briscoe's out there, so they know business is about to pick up.
Business is about to pick up. Kick them guys out.
Tony Gurria and the evil Hebner twin. Oh, yeah! Lawler's laying every one of those in, too. He's punching him right in the forehead.
Lawler
broke his damn pinky. Oh, get it!
Look at that skull. Man,
I didn't even recognize him. I thought that was a fan for a second.
Look at that skullet.
I like it.
Dude, you couldn't get that out. That's epic.
I like how...
Hey, what about how Paul Heyman came running over like, I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
And then he got punched one time and fell down, and he's like,
yep.
No, even though he's like kind of in the good guy position here.
Right, yeah.
You know, Lawler's just like, boom. And Paul Heyman's like, ah!
But he's not done fighting.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. Sid and Owen. I've never been so pumped for anything.
Hey, I bet I bet
We have ghosts.
I bet Owen
in the studio.
I bet
Did you know
Owen
that?
has never been as pumped for a match.
I had that Raw magazine. It might have been
Do
the
you
last
still-
one I ever had.
do you still have it?
No, hell no.
That could be worth some money now.
It probably is, but I threw it away.
If you still had that, you could afford to take this podcast pro, but instead,
How much more pro would we be?
we'd have 2 lights.
I like one light though.
Me too. I like one.
I like
That's
having
my-
a fan
that's
there
my setup.
in case we need it.
We'd have mics that could take out that could not hear us over the fan.
Well, the
They
air's
could
on
not.
this
They could
time,
not hear
so.
the fan. This is a bad conversation. We're losing fans right now. They're
No,
going,
we're
"What
not.
are
They
these- what
love
are
us.
these idiots.
Ken Shamrock's going to get on the headset, so they just want to listen to us. We better pick it up.
Ken Shamrock. Oh, good. Ken Shamrock on commentary.
Yes.
This is good. We are doing.
Smallest shirt he could find.
We are doing a real disservice in talking over Ken Shamrock on commentary.
That's what I mean. Like, we should just turn that fan on and show them what these mics are made of. Sorry, guys.
Listen,
Jaren's got
listen.
to text people.
I'm not-
I'm right here, though.
Hold on.
With you
Actually,
guys.
I'm not texting people. I'm making a note so that we remember what matches we talk about for the bonus, because we've got Bulldog Berserker for the bonus content, and now we've got Job Squad versus DX.
Yeah.
So I'm doing work. I'm not texting. I'm doing work.
Sorry.
You're supposed to talk while I'm doing work.
No, I'm sorry for yelling at you.
Yeah.
I'm not your dad.
You're not. You aren't. You're not even the right shade.
Whoa! Here we go.
Sid. He's the master of the universe, bro.
Oh, he's so wet. He just got out of the shower.
He took a shower.
But he took it with his vest on.
He took a shower at Gorilla.
Vest on, no Speedo, though. Like, just
Hey,
vest.
how did those dudes...
Look at how over
I just
Sid
don't-
is.
Oh, Sid was super
awful.
over, man.
I
Sid
know.
was always over. He was over as a heel. He was over as Sid Justice.
I'm just mad
He's
'cause he
over
stabbed
as the
Arn
master of the
Anderson.
universe. Or the master of the world, whatever he is. Psycho Sid. Psycho, no P? Really? No
Yeah,
P?
no, we don't spell things with P's
No
in the
P?
90s.
He was just S-Y-C.
Yeah. Come on, alliteration was everything. Sid, enough said.
I'm not. Jeez. I can't
I like
believe there
to
wasn't
read
a
signs.
P. I can't believe there wasn't a P.
I can't believe you thought there was a P.
No, listen, I have built.
Yeah! I'm psycho for life without the P.
Honestly,
Take the P out.
honestly, if you had asked me, I would have said that he was never actually billed as Psycho Sid. That was just like what they called him. Like that he. I would have told you that he was billed always as like Sid. Now, oh, excuse me. I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with this Pyro Sid name thing that we just saw. But I would have said, man. But no, SYCHO. We're in.
SYCHO. I'm gonna get.
I think it makes me like. I think it makes.
denim shirts that we get made. I said Demon
Devin.
4 times just now. I stuttered Demon.
That's okay.
This is live drunk wrestling for you, ladies and gentlemen.
This match, I'm excited for this match.
You know, I don't think Owen had bad matches very often, so
This,
it's probably gonna be good.
man, okay, hot take. Sid also did not have bad matches
did.
very often.
Oh, okay.
Very often.
Just at WrestleMania 13.
Hey, Sid, Undertaker. Also, I'm not sure. I believe it's a King of the Ring. Sid Diesel. Whoa, bad.
Put that on your.
Whoa, bad.
Well,
Sid Diesel.
okay.
It's
You don't
on
need
the-
to. You
it's
don't
on
need to
the
put
list.
that in there. I know what happened in that match.
It's on the
actually.
list. No, no, I'm in.
Well, I can't wait for you to defend or not defend Sid and Diesel.
Yeah.
Christ, I can't imagine how bad that was. Like, my imagination just coming up with as bad as what it has. I'm like, well, he probably means worse than this. Hey, look at Anvil. Get in there. Yeah.
Hey, I like the way.
Didn't even wreck it. Didn't even hurt his leg at all. Here, just bend that around the pole.
Yeah.
Shamrock. I bet he's good at commentary. If you guys have muted us.
I bet he's not, man.
He's a great
How
promo.
bad.
I'm in my zone.
Oh, man, I was hoping Sid was going to do the Enziguri there. Hey, is this a little bit of... Uh-oh. Is this a little bit of foreshadowing from Owen Hart?
Yeah.
You think Owen Hart knew? Mm-hmm. Owen Hart knew what was going to happen to Sid?
He softened him up.
This is why.
Yeah. This is repercussive hitting.
I hope
so 3 years later, you're going to do a top rope big boot, and your leg is going to explode. Yep. She knows.
She knows. She's a huge Sid fan. She's mad about it.
Yeah,
She's
is.
a Sid fan. She's like, that's bad taste.
She's like only a year old, and she
taste.
knows Sid. She's like, I like softball. I like Sid.
Well, you watch a lot of Sid around here, right?
Well, we have a Sid.
Hold on. Let's talk for real, though. How
Okay.
good does Sid look?
Always look great.
Sid?
And I will say, like, coming to the ring, Sid had it nailed, dude. Like
if you...
Is this one of those things where he was a natural and just didn't have to even try? And
Yes, 100%.
damn, dude.
If you look at Sid, right? Well, no, not if you look at Sid. If you, especially like in the 90s, like the late 80s, if you imagine a professional wrestler and you're not thinking of somebody specific, you imagine a person who looks like Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, whatever, Psycho Sid. Yeah. You imagine a person who looks like Sid. 10 feet tall, gas to the gills, trunks, wearing his underwear with big shiny boots. Like, that's what you imagine.
Takes a guardrail like a champion.
Well, how do you give a, like, that's like...
Is that Neidhart's fault? Why would you do that?
I mean, that's just...
Get him, Shamrock! Because he needed Shamrock to come get him.
It's just a...
Oh!
Wow. Hey, Neidhart's all of 350 pounds, right? And
Yeah.
I'm sure he was assisting and being light, but man, Shamrock just
Gas.
up and down like he was like it was Owen. That was
Again.
I mean, man. Wow, good job, guys.
When I get
I'm watching. I'm into this. Hey, you know what?
Oh,
A choke slam.
Why not?
Bam.
New Intercontinental Champion.
On his knees. Woo!
Was that for the championship?
Psycho Sid. No way that was for the championship.
We had no title match, non-title matches all the time.
Winner, Psycho Sid.
Not
Hold
Psycho.
on. Psycho. Not Psycho. I wish
He
his,
had great entrance music.
I wish his
too.
last name was No P. Psycho Sid, no P.
P. Take my P
Oh,
out
look
your
at this!
name.
Look at this tag team. I'd quit wrestling. All right, you guys
was on WWE,
you guys-
Music Volume 4.
You guys got Shamrock and Psycho
Ooh.
Sid tonight. I don't
Shotgun Saturday Night.
think I can
Shawn
make
Michaels,
it, guys.
Stone Cold.
I'm sick.
He's
And look
going
at him tied up in that.
Yeah, he don't care.
Look at what is Van Pillman doing?
Who knows? He's wearing a Steve Austin vest and being a maniac. And nobody knew what Pillman was doing.
It's because he was
Probably
the
Pillman
loose
didn't either.
cannon, bro.
He was a loose cannon. That still does not look like Stone Cold's body
Hey.
underneath that head. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mark, listen to Michael P.S. Hayes, or Doc Hendricks. He had to be out there for that.
He had to be out there.
I got to announce
Hey.
this.
Oh, she's just advertising the T-shirt too. So they're just like, hey, send a set of boobs out. People will buy the T-shirt.
Yeah. I got to say something off camera for a second. It's Brock Lesnar's wife. Don't mess around with her.
Who are you talking
The
to?
dogs.
Our sound
I'm
tech?
just telling them it's Brock. Yeah,
Talking to our sound tech?
Our sound tech. I'm just telling our sound tech that's Brock Lesnar's wife, and don't badmouth her because he'll come over here.
Brock
and
Lesnar
beat
might
us
show up here. Hey, Brock Lesnar doesn't listen to podcasts.
I agree, but maybe
Hey, how would
Conor
you?
McGregor
Hey,
tells
hold on
him that
though.
we were talk shit. Talk shitting him? Shit talking him.
Brock.
Brock.
You got to hear these two idiots. They don't like my whiskey and
They're
they were
so
bad
drunk
mouthing
and
your wife.
stupid and fat. Go get them.
I feel like if Conor McGregor heard our podcast, he'd just want to come on it.
I think we should campaign for that.
Hashtag
get Conor McGregor on Drunk Wrestling.
Hashtag. Oh man.
Hashtag get Conor McGregor.
Not so easy, is it,
no,
idiot
it's
face?
not. I'm an idiot.
You are.
Here we go. We were talking about this earlier. So this is after they did the.
Oh yeah.
Oh, these are one of the interviews, aren't they? That JR does with him.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
Man, this is you picked a good cycle of wrestling.
Well, pretty good at it.
We're getting into some.
That was deliberate. That's all ECW stuff, isn't it?
It's all Cactus Jack stuff. Cactus Jack, because we're not far removed because it's after King of the Ring where Cactus Jack comes back. Remember they do the thing with
he starts becoming a face as Mankind.
No, he starts becoming a face, but we're oh man, that makes me want to check the Raws we're about to watch. When Hunter Hearst Helmsley, when he comes out as Cactus Jack.
That is yes.
Yeah, when they do the thing.
That might be in this run.
That's what I was just thinking.
Oh, well, they wrestle.
Because that's bananas.
They wrestle at Canadian Stampede.
Do they wrestle at Canadian? Is that a Canadian Stampede? Mm-hmm. Then that's got to be in this run.
That's pre-main event.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Holy cow! Bananas.
Might be like a cage match or a.
I'm so much more excited. Well, it's a street fight or a no holds barred match in help me out. Madison Square Gardens.
So
that's
where
the
Canadian.
It's a Raw.
Oh, okay.
It's a Raw. Yes, Canadian Stampede is in Madison Square Garden.
That doesn't seem right. That's not where Calgary, Alberta, Canada is.
Are you sure?
I'm just gonna itch my eye.
Are you sure? You're itching your eye to the microphone. I don't think it'll pick that up.
I can hear.
I don't think it'll pick that up. The microphones are not that good.
It's not like my ears. These are great, dude. They do these for like 3 straight weeks.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
It's awesome.
I bet it's not. Who does he wrestle? What's the match?
Man,
at
he
Canadian
had so many
Stampede.
good matches with Taker and Michaels too.
Taker and Michaels.
God.
See, that's the thing I was going to bring up earlier was like mind games.
I want to take back my hot take earlier.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I do. I think I stand by the post '98 thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But man,
you're right when you put it in a time frame.
He was awesome before that. Awesome, like outstanding.
Well, he's one of the few guys who was created. You know, like they hired Mick Foley. They were like, let's put a weird mask on him, and we'll have an Undertaker villain.
Did he light his arm hair on fire? What's going on? Oh, it was just freckles.
It was just freckles.
Sorry.
Why
I'm just apologizing to our redhead sound tech.
Our sound tech. There's nothing wrong with freckles sound tech.
No, sorry.
Mick Foley. So Mick Foley is one of the few guys. There were so many guys who were brought in for like a cycle to be a Hogan villain, and then later they started doing that for Undertaker, and they would these guys would show up and they'd be there for like three months, and they'd have a crazy gimmick for the Undertaker, you know, to fight
Hogan or whatever.
Yeah. And that's all Mick Foley was, and I would bet money that Vince McMahon never ever, like, no matter what they say, no matter what he says, when somebody brought Vince McMahon a tape of Mick Foley and they were like, look at this guy, we should hire him, he was like, hold on, pal.
Wait, pal.
Right. And then they brought him in. They were like, well, what if we put a crazy mask on him and he'll just be a crazy gimmick and he'll be an Undertaker.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, he'll be an Undertaker villain. It was like, well, that sounds good, but I don't know that we'll ever make any money off of him. So don't, you know. And then, like, man, did Mick Foley just take that and make it
run.
everything and run with it.
Yeah.
And
earned his lot.
Right.
And
And only
and we're talking about
only
the
a hand,
era, which is weirdly enough like a 3-year deal, right?
Man, it feels like it was. It feels like the Attitude Era feels like it was. Yeah, forever
for sure.
Like that was wrestling.
A decade in my fandom feels like it was the Attitude Era.
Yep,
it was like 3 years.
Right,
like it totally was.
Yep,
and he did this whole deal, and this is not what I remember him by.
Right,
but this is his best work. Like, I remember him for being King of the Ring 98.
Yeah.
Like, everybody else does, too.
Right. Far and away.
But that's it. Like, he choked Jim Ross out of here.
Remember when they tried to do this with Kane later, and Kane, like, set Jim Ross on fire and stuff?
No.
Yeah. That's totally a thing that happened.
Kane hasn't debuted yet. He's still a dentist.
It didn't happen on this show.
Oh. But I'm just saying Kane doesn't exist yet.
Kane exists in...
no.
Are we going to start pretending... Man, if we're going to start pretending like it's 1997... If we're going to start pretending like it's whenever...
We're going to dress like it?
No.
Good call.
Yeah. So you need to
I can't wait to get these denim shirts.
Or order some denim shirts. You're going to have to get us some polyester for when we're watching some WCW.
Can I get one of those headsets like that?
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks.
You can get one of those.
He's the sound guy.
I'm the headset tech.
There's the head techs.
I don't know.
Head techs. Oh,
here we go. Here we go. Business is about to pick up, folks. Rockabilly and the Honky Tonk Man. The Honky Tonky Man.
I've never been this excited. I jobbed to one of these
sure
guys'
you have.
finishers. At least Billy's got his blonde
that?
hair back. Who was that? You tagged with him.
Who?
Billy. Bart Gunn. He's going to knock his ass out.
Not if Butterbean shows up.
No.
We gotta
Look at this, dude. Who... he tried, though.
Who tried?
Billy,
who tried?
Maybe.
No.
Nobody
tried with Rockabilly.
He was out on that.
Rockabilly was like, listen. So they had a production meeting where they were like, "What's the
Bart Gunn's as big as Billy?
What's the bare?
Yes!
What's the bare minimum we can do with Billy Gunn?" And they're like, "Well, what if the Honky Tonk Man came in and he was Rockabilly?" They were like, "That sounds good. That sounds like the bare minimum we could do with Billy Gunn." And a gimmick was born, and it was terrible.
Right.
So we're still... How far are we away from the New Age Outlaws?
Not far. End of the year.
End of the year?
Yeah.
I love the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah.
When we get into some stuff with some New Age Outlaws, I'm not... I liked DX because when the New Age Outlaws were in it.
Really?
Yeah, like I was a much bigger New Age Outlaws fan than I was anybody else fan. Like it was The Rock, it was the New Age Outlaws, and then it was everybody else. 100%.
Not even Stone Cold.
Not even Stone. I was not. Listen, I watched. Okay, so the weird thing is, like, I watched Raw. I watched wrestling because of Stone Cold, right? Like a couple of my friends, people were like, "Oh, you got to see Stone Cold."
Yeah.
And like the first time I tuned in, The Rock was on, and I was like, "Is that Stone Cold?" And they were like, "No, that's The Rock." I was like, "Okay, then I don't need to see anything else." Then the New Age, I started seeing the New Age Outlaws. I was like, "Bam, in." Like the Rock, the New Age Outlaws. I loved the New Age Outlaws.
You know what? Like, this is a weird deal, and I think Rockabilly and Bart Gunn's the perfect place to expose this.
Okay.
I had no idea you were not into wrestling before like '98.
Okay.
No clue.
Yep.
I mean, like hardcore, like the thing that drew you back in or maybe drew you back in was The Rock. Because, I remember my heyday, The Rock was Rocky Maivia, which is hilarious.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
So, and also Rockabilly's doing that.
Yeah. No, man. So I remember watching wrestling because we were really poor growing up. We didn't even have cable most of the times. So I would catch like Superstars on Sundays at noon sometimes. And my mom, I didn't have a family that was into wrestling. Like I liked it. Like I remember watching Slaughter. One of my earliest wrestling memories was watching Slaughter burn the Hogan's T-shirt. Right? Mm-hmm. I watched that live, but maybe I'd catch it the next week. Maybe I wouldn't, type of thing. Were we at Grandma's on Sunday or were we not at Grandma's on Sunday, type of thing.
Canadian Collision.
I would watch it. I had a couple friends. What is this? At the Sky Dome. Canadian
Sky Dome? Like a house show at the Sky Dome? How awesome's that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I would watch. So I would catch all this. I would catch it from time to time. And then I had some friends that were into it. So like we might be at their house. I remember watching WrestleMania 6 at my friend Stewart's house on VHS. Right. But then in 98. Yeah, it was definitely 98. Scotty Cash started telling me about you gotta come watch Monday Night Raw, and you gotta come watch wrestling. You gotta see the NWO, and you gotta see this guy Stone Cold Steve Austin and that kind of stuff. And like the first night I showed up at his house, and I came to his house to watch Hogan and Rodman do something. Right?
Yeah.
He was like Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman are wrestling now. You got to come see it. But we were flipping back and forth. And Super Soakers.
Why is it still on the network? 3 streams.
Are you kidding me? This is awesome. Dude, remember the first Super Soaker? Remember when there was only one kind of Super Soaker?
Yeah.
And then there was like the Super Soaker and then there was like the Super Soaker like 200 and the Super Soaker the 85 and the 500. Man, taking me back.
For a while.
Hold on, stop doing that. Anyway, so like I showed up this night to see Hogan and Rodman, and we were channel flipping, and for sure, like we stopped on The Rock, and I was like, "Whoa, who's this guy?" Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Oh, that's The Rock. He's this guy." And
he's this guy. He's Samoan.
And
Good grief.
And that was it, man. That was it. And then it was not until like once I became a wrestler, I became a wrestling historian. And now I've seen all of it. I've gone back, watched so much of it.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
Look at this.
Look at Mankind.
Mankind's out there. Tony Gurria, Pat Patterson before he was a stooge.
And Bulldog's done. Don't hit me, Mick Foley. I'm out of here.
Hey, how annoying must
we
that
can restart this match, or
I don't know. Well, he didn't even make it to the ring, man.
I don't feel like
who is Pillman beating up?
Mankind.
Oh,
somebody had to get in there, take a beating.
I guess, man.
Yes, he's wearing his old brown weird shit.
Those tights.
This is it.
Oh,
dude.
Mick Foley.
No, we're not getting the finisher.
That shirt.
Nothing's happening.
We're not getting anything. We're not getting anything on the end of Raw. We got to get a stunner,
it continues. The war zone continues.
We got to get
back.
a stunner. Oh, is this match just Mankind and Pillman now?
Mankind already
They've
got
been
beat up by
advertising
Triple H.
Stone Cold and Pillman all night, and now we don't get it.
No, nothing matters.
This
in
is
the 90s.
Hey, Hey, I'm mad right now. I can't imagine having watched this live. Are you kidding me? We've been watching all night. I've seen that bad picture of Stone Cold with that superimposed tag belt all night long. And,
Totally
and now
Mick Foley's bigger than Brian Pillman.
Mick Foley's a big dude.
Well,
Mick Foley's what, 6'2", 6'3", and 300-pound guy?
no.
Mick Foley's a big dude.
No,
yeah, Mick Foley's a big
6'3".
dude.
Come on.
Isn't he?
No. I don't know.
They always build him at what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Well, he was
wrestling
Taker all the time.
Right.
So you got to build him at 6'8".
If they're building him at 6'4", 6'5", then he's got to be what, 6'2", 6'3"?
I bet he's 6 foot.
6 foot? Maybe.
That's all I'm going with.
All right.
And he still dwarfs.
But
Brian
he's bigger.
Pillman.
Well, he's bigger than Pillman. What's Pillman? 5'8", 5'9"?
That was my point. Pillman's small.
Pillman's small,
cut as fuck and freak.
I don't.
And
care.
he's awesome.
Dude,
I'm trying to reel it back because
don't reel it back.
I did awful.
The people are not watching for reeled back. The people are watching for two drunk idiots bitching about some wrestling.
But Pillman was a.
I'm mad about this. I'm legit mad about this match.
Pillman's a cruiserweight.
Pillman's a cruiserweight.
He's a cruiserweight in WCW.
Hey,
right?
he's a cruiserweight.
Not
because he's skinny,
real.
not because he's short. Right?
No. Yeah, it's because
the
short, dude.
the cruiserweight is not height.
He's not skinny here. Look at him.
He's not that skinny, but he's not that tall.
He's
wait. That's not my point. Well, my point is, I mean, if he's hold on,
I rest my case, folks.
Hold on. If he's 5'9", if he's 5'8", 5'9", right?
Probably,
Pillman, 5'8", 5'9", and Mick Foley is dwarfing him. Mick Foley's probably 6'2", 6'3".
But he's not dwarfing him by that much. He's like 6 foot dwarfing him, right?
Well, but hold on. Look at their boots.
Look at your own boots.
Pillman's got 6-inch heels on, and Mick Foley's wearing flats.
I don't know. Oh, he is wearing cowboy boots.
Yeah.
For no reason. I just noticed that. That's awesome. Let's do one of these. You got
do one
you
of
need
these.
ice.
I'm feeling good.
The episode's almost over. We'll get some ice. And I'll pee.
We're getting close.
Because I'm about to pee my pants. Chop! Chops! Man, he might be 3 inches taller than him.
That's what I'm saying, man.
But that's still
Mick
6
Foley's.
foot.
Hold on, Mick Foley's one of those guys that you see Mick Foley, and I mean, okay, maybe he's 6 foot. I don't know. Mick Foley's one of those guys that like. You look at him.
I want to preface all of this argument with that I'm 6'5", and I don't notice people being tall until they're 6'7".
Right.
So
I
feel like I knew that Brian Pillman was 5'9".
All I was gonna say, there's some guys you look at on TV and they look enormous, and then when you meet them in person, you're like, oh man, I thought you were a big dude, but you're just a regular person.
Well,
and there's some dudes you look at on TV and you're like, oh, look at that regular person, and then you meet them and you're like, wow, you're a giant.
Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mick Foley is not quite that. Mick Foley is one of those guys where you meet Mick Foley, you see Mick Foley on TV, you're like, he looks like a normal person. And you meet Mick Foley in person, and you're like, he looks like a big dude. He is a large person. Never mind, I'm done.
No.
Mick Foley's a bigger guy than you think. He's probably a smaller guy than I'm giving him credit for.
It's done.
Also, I'm still just mad about this match, man.
It's done, though.
I've been waiting all night.
No, just pin him with the double arm.
I've been waiting all night for Hogan Pillman.
Hogan?
Austin Pillman. I've been waiting all night for Austin Pillman.
This is the best. I'm going to feed Jaron after this episode.
That's probably a good idea.
Yes.
Here we go. And we don't even get a finish of the match.
In there. No.
I guess we're going to get, what,
no,
4 or 5
97.
stunners?
We don't get... Yes.
Here we come. Stunners.
Yeah, I got
Who's got a stunner?
I got this...
Oh, no.
Shamrock's there.
Belly to bellies.
Oh, cool,
Punch.
man.
Punch. What are we doing? Oh, this is setting up.
Pillman's like, I'll kill him.
Where are you going? Get him, Austin. Stun somebody, man. Come on, what are we doing?
Would you stun
The Heart
Earl
Foundation
Hebner?
just escapes?
He's going to stun Mankind. And maybe Shamrock.
He won't stun Shamrock.
No. Why would
Shamrock's the world's most dangerous man.
You're right. USA.
This is
USA.
I'm,
Sorry to
this
all
is the
our
worst Raw
Canadian-
ever, man. Like, main event. This is the worst Raw. I'm
Fight!
mad right now.
Yes!
Oh, punch.
Yes!
Oh, stunner.
Yes!
Ah! There we go. He didn't even kick him, man. It was just Mankind gets a middle finger. All right, I'll take it. A little bit, almost.
I put middle finger.
Stone Cold's out of here.
Copyright 1997, Heightened Sports.
Limping.
WWF.com.
Limping. That's it. Oh, and it's done. They're gone. That's it.
That's a good Raw. No.
Hey, hold on. No, hold on. Listen, the Raw was fine. I'm just super mad about the end of that Raw. I didn't watch that Raw live. Had I watched that Raw live, I'm mad now. I'm mad.
I know.
70 years later. What?
70 years.
70 years later.
70 years later.
I'm
My
mad.
God.
It's
70 years later.
Hold on. I'm gonna defend that because in another 30-ish years, when it's 70 years later,
That's going to be even
longer. I go back and watch that Raw.
20 years ago. 22.
Right. Oh, okay. So I got 50
70
years. In 50 years, when that Raw is 70 years old, I will still be mad about that because I won't remember this by then.
Well, we can do a retrospective
when we're still doing whiskey and wrestling.
We're fucking.
Are we gonna do a listen along to the watch along of a Raw in 70 years?
Hey, these
Jonesy,
we did good.
what's your rating on that Raw?
It was about a 2.
Good
God Almighty's!
I'm giving that Raw 1. Good God Almighty, because I'm so mad about not getting Austin
That
Pillman.
finish. Yeah, I wanted that too.
Man.
And we never got it. Never.
Never.
We
never get an Austin Pillman
No.
match.
Nope.
Mad.
Because think about this. That's June of '97.
Okay.
Pillman died in October of '97.
Wow.
And Austin's neck got broken the next
that
month.
SummerSlam.
Yep.
Wow.
Isn't that butt?
Wow.
We should have had that. In our
Way
lifetimes.
to end this pill cast.
Pillcast.
Way to end this podcast on a down note,
Let's go do some
Jonesy.
hydrocodone together. Not really.
Folks, thank you for joining us tonight. We aren't going to waste your time anymore. That was a 97 Monday Night Raw. What a night for Attitude Era. Like, it was just
It was.
You threw me off. Guys,
That was all.
Thank you for joining us for this watch along. Always remember, drink responsibly. And Jonesy's out of drink, but I'm going to drink to you guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.